As my colleague said, I'm Alina Boca from Kluž, a beautiful and university city in the north of Romania, Transylvania. And I'm for the first time in Czech Republic. First of all, I want to thank all of you for the very warm welcome. I felt very welcomed here, and I enjoy the hospitality of Czech people, starting with the airport until to the hotel and coming here. So far for me, visiting Czech Republic, it's a very nice surprise. I'm here and hopefully my visit will not finish here. I'm coming here to speak with you about my experience in working with deaf and hearing impaired children, but also I'm here as a learner too. All these presentations are helpfully for me as a teacher trainers, and give me ideas. It's an opportunity to connect with people for new project, because as a teacher, I will never stop learning and developing myself. So who I am? I'm a teacher working with deaf, but also I used to work in a school for deaf for a lot of years, but right now I'm working in a training center for teachers. So I'm organizing conferences and courses for the teachers from mainstream schools, but also coming from special school, and the main topics is inclusion. I want to thank you to my colleague from Pilsen. The director just talked about education of hearing impairment. We have same challenges. We have a kind of same teaching system, but I'm here to talk with you how we together work for a social professional insertion of hearing impaired students. Why did I say it together? I consider that we as a teacher, mainstream or special education teacher, we do a lot. We work a lot, but it's not enough. We have to have the openness to the society, to the community, to show them work and to open our hands to them for a collaboration, for a real insertion, socio-professional insertion or integration. We need a systemic approach. We need to action to the community level, we need to action in our school, we need to action and work with the families. The community means for us, employers, authorities, private and state institutions, those who even know or barely know about about the children with special needs or hearing impaired. A lot of time they don't know how to communicate, and when they are in front of a person with special need, they are confused or stressed. So we need to give them the information and to do awareness towards them. Also, in a school system, we have to renew it, and we have to motivate our teachers. You know, after 10, 15 years, it's coming the burnout or just a routine, but we have to move on to do new projects, to develop new skills, and also. Family has to be a part of education. In my school I'm coming from, most of the kids are staying in dormitory. They are far away from the families. So the teacher have the role of teachers and parents also. So we consider that we need more activities to involve family in their children education and integration. So we, as a school, took the role of integration, social and professional integration facilitator or mediator. We contact community, local authorities, local institutions, police, fireworkers, local department, hospital, private companies interested in working with deaf. We have partnerships, and we collaborate and do activities with the kids. We also do stay in close touch with the families, organize activities for parents, grandparents, foster families. And also for our schools and of our school teachers and students, we try to organize different European projects, different partnership with other schools for deaf or mainstream, just to be in touch with everything is new in Europe. Patterns or steps followed on our partnerships. Always we based on people needs analysis, and usually we have a questionnaire when possible. We question our parents and students at the beginning and end of school year, and also we question teachers. The questionnaires are very easy for the kids, especially. Do you like the school? With 2 smiling faces. Yes, no. Why you don't like? And they just, what you like most in the school. And based on this, our manager tried to improve the quality of teaching in our school. For example, I give you one example. The kids said, we don't like that the teacher write too much on the table. So when we got the money, we won a prize, a big prize for Ministry of Education. For our activity, our manager bought a very large displays like that in each school, and laptop and internet connection, so the teacher can provide visual information, videos, and everything they need for more visual for kids. After that, we select the priorities. Not everything the kids or parents or teachers said will be happened next day, or maybe happened after 2 days or 3 days, but ideas remaining. And depends on what our priorities and direction, we establish, as I told you, partnership. We apply for national and European project or other type of finances. Finances is a problem all over in Europe, but I'm not for sure a lot of teachers are doing a lot of programs and projects that say, I don't need, why should I need? When you have finances, you have to report, you have to follow the steps, so you really have to hard working for that project to have results. And of course, I wrote hard working on implementing the project and valuing the project outcomes. I forgot to tell you at the beginning that I love participating in the project, and I benefit a lot from different kind of European and national projects. So we select from the people needs analysis, we select the main topics like community need more information and training on hearing impairment domain or other domain you can choose. Families need to be trained how to get involved in education of their hearing impaired children. Mainstream teachers need counseling in integrating hearing impaired children. Special schools need to be more open for inclusion. Students need more competences to be prepared for social and professional integration when graduated. From this, we select deaf awareness training for employee and employers from public and private institutions, and we did, and I will show you the activities. Families training and involvement into the school project, school collaboration for common activities, special schools teachers training, organizing and participating with the students to different events, school contests for social integration, school and families educational activities. Establish the partnership. As I told you, we are very open to community. Each year, the school has around 20, 30 partnership, not only for social or professional inclusion, different kind of activities, starting with kindergarten and to high school, different types of partnership. The most important and relevant for us are the partnership with Kluž County Police, Kluž County Fire Department, Babeș-Bolyai University, Cluj-Napoca Technical University. Also a lot of inter-school partnership at the local and national level, partnership with non-profit organization, teacher association, parent association. I encourage you as a teacher to be part of teacher association, parents association, because when you meet and exchange experience with other teachers, it's much easier to learn and come up with new ideas, much easier than maybe other kind of learning method. We have partnership with European institutions, school, universities, association, private and state. We are membership of National Teacher Association for working with deaf children, but we also are HYPON members, European Network for Professional Working with People with Hearing Impairments. And because it's a small word, I met today two of the HYPON members, the director of the primary school here in Pilsen, and my colleagues from Kremnica, Slovakia. So it's a good opportunity to meet professionals working in private and state schools, universities, institutes working with deaf, professionals working with deaf, and together we meet twice per year and exchange experience, but also write European project or other kind of a project, or just exchange students and teacher in mobilities. And also we are very good friends, and we have what to learn one each other. We enjoy our time together. And I'm very glad and surprised to meet my colleagues here. And now the biggest part is implementing the project, the activities, the partnership, the programs. As I told you, we realized that we work a lot, but it doesn't feel in our community. So during the HYPON meeting, the idea came up for intervention at the local community level. So the goal was increasing accessibility of hearing impaired to different kind of services by initiating public and private partnership with the employers which work with this category of beneficiaries. We consider that it's necessary a continuous training of public and private sector personnel for implementation of European legislation on non-discrimination and equal opportunities for people with hearing impairment. Target group was employers and employees from public and private sector working and providing services for people with hearing impairment. So actually, what we did, each country during 2 years work for a communication guide. We decided that the most challenging problem in relation with the deaf person is communication, and a lot of hearing people do not know how to communicate and how to relate with deaf. So this toolkit is available in electronic and printed format, because the Romanian people ask for printed format. I will read only the content. It was introduction, what means hearing impairment, communication with hearing impairment, technologies, support, services to support communication with hearing impaired people, support services, access to work for people with hearing impairment, courses, sign language courses, legal rights, because a lot of employees didn't know what advantage they have if they hired a person with special needs, and other useful information. I will take a look, even it's in Romanian language. On our partner in England, you can find an English version, just to give you an idea what it means. And I will open communication with deaf. And here there are fine communication ways, rules to communicate, what sign language means. I will open a page. This was available on our and links where you can learn sign language, Romanian sign language. Also, during the project, we considered that it's important to have to show practically how to communicate with deaf. And here there is a movie, How to Communicate with Deaf. I hope it's working. Even you don't understand the words, by their gesture and body language, you will understand the rules. These are our former students, hard of hearing. They were in a special school, but after graduating, they were integrated to the university and studied psychology. The idea is showing when they communicate in the noisy room, they cannot understand one each other. There are some rules. Is the noise in the room, so they cannot hear very well one each other. And the girls say what she needs to a better understanding of the message. The question is how you communicate where it's a noise. As she said, I cannot understand where is music or it's too much noise, or when a teacher talking and somebody is making noise near myself, near mine. She said, when it's noise, I cannot control my voice either. So it's important to have a pretty quiet room, because she based her understanding on the hearing, not just lip reading. And now what is the right position towards a person who is hearing impaired when you talk with. So you have to be at the same level. The light has to not come to the people's face. So all these rules you have to respect for appropriate communication with deaf people are here. To not cover your mouth. okay. How we go? It's just a sample of resources you can use it. I cannot go. Yes. This is a sample of the page from the guide I presented you. Okay. And how we valued these resources we made for community. We presented, as I told you, to local police, fire workers, university students studying to become special education teacher, family doctor, technical university staff, students and staff, mainstream school. When we start the partnership, we start presenting this guide and the ways to communicate with our students to the people coming to our school, or when we go in other places or institutions to visiting them. It is an important resource in introducing hearing impaired people to the hearing community. It is available in printed and electronic format, as I told you. We also have a lot of partnership for professional training of hearing students. We have a good partnership with Technical University because in Romania we do not have so many resources as you have this very nice technical center. So we go to the university labs with our kids to benefit from the laboratories and instruments. We have a partnership with private companies, and especially the high school students. We go there to visit or work there just to get the skills needed for a professional, for their professional training. What the students say about partnership? I like to participate in the activities at the Faculty of Mechanics because it are appropriate to our professional specialty. Each year we had partnership activities. My favorite activity is the construction of robots. This year I really enjoyed the old card exhibition. How we value the local partnership. Participation of the high school students to different hands-on workshop on the university labs, as I told you, organizing the professional training of the students to private companies. Some of our students started working over the summer to some private companies we visited. National project regarding the career orientation of hearing impaired students. One of the best national projects that addressed to our high school students, I have been part of it, is Professional Success and Job Shadow Day, coordinated by an association, Junior Achievement Romania. The aim of the project was to prepare the upper classes students, 11 and 12, for a job interview and for the integration on the work field. Activities of the Professional Success Project. Preparing the steps are preparing the resources adapted for hearing impaired students. We write a guide with the resources for teacher to use in the classroom, a guide for students to have the headlines of the steps needed to be passed before and after they become an employee. Practical activities in a group or individual in order to practice job interview, meeting the company's representatives to talk about requirements on different jobs. What was the content of the guide, or student's guide? Active listening, because we observed that our students do not have skill to listen. Communication. How I prepare for an interview was another chapter. Communication and behavior at the job place. How I manage money. Independent living. We consider that all these need our students after graduate for a good social and professional integration. A very nice activity into the project and in counseling students is meeting the company's representatives. I choose this Olga Stanchu, a manager of a factory. I thought she would come and talk about how important is her job and how the kids have to behave at the workplace, but actually was a very good motivating person who said that who encouraged the kids to practice sport and motivate them not only for working, but also to enjoy life in a good quality life. And the importance of courage and sport in life. Another activity is Job Shadow Day. First we visit different workplaces, and after that, students, high school students, choose a job they want to know more about, and for one day follow an employee on that workplace to find more about the career. And what they said, the kids said that I think the Job Shadow Day program offers young people the opportunity to get to know the task of different jobs and help them make the right choice for a job. So I told you what intervention we do at the community level, but also we have to do intervention for developing our students' communication skill and career orientation. One of my favorite projects was Sign Language is My Power. It was Youth in Action project, and the aim was to develop the international sign language communication skills of young hearing impaired youth and to train them as sign language interpreters. The project comes with outcomes. These are what our kids did. A practical guide how to become sign language interpreter. You see a sample of the page. And also they made a DVD with sign language interpreter codes. Here you see the laboratory preparing themselves for filming the DVD and practicing as sign language interpreters. The value of this project: the guide can be used as a training tool to serve both hearing impaired people and hearing people who want to become sign language interpreters. It helps on our students and teachers to better understand the role of interpreter and to improve their signing competencies. The outcomes were made by the students using their competencies and practicing what they learned in school and during the project. The student coordinators participated to a national contest named Made for Europe and won the first place for their work. We consider, as I told you, the teacher have to update their training every period of time. For a teacher, I consider that a teacher working with deaf has to do two directions: oral education and sign language education, because as my colleague said, there are kids who are using hearing implant hearing aids, and with them you have to have an oral approach, teaching and developing verbal communication way. And also there are a lot of kids coming from deaf family with a deaf culture, and if you don't know signing, you cannot get in touch with these students. So myself, I consider that it's very important. I have both oral education training, I'm a speech therapist, and after that I master the speech therapy, logopedics, education, forming. My principal, my manager asked me, would you like to be the school psychologist, because the study, your preparation or training, it's good enough to be school psychologist, because I need somebody to do signing. When I have to counsel students coming from deaf culture, I realized that my sign language is poor. So I went to interpreter classes, so to better understand sign language, because counseling deaf, it's not an easy thing. You really have to know very well signing and also deaf culture. So for teachers working in kindergarten and primary, the projects were based on oral education, the use of verbal tonal methods for development of communication skill to hearing impaired children as a premise of inclusion. And for middle school teacher and high school teacher, we organize, or we apply for a sign language project. Sign language education project was a national big project organized by the university, continuing training of teaching staff in education for hearing impaired students, development of pedagogical competencies, Romanian Sign Language competencies, and ICT competencies. The teacher learned new signs specific on different teaching objects such as mathematics, history, geography, better awareness of deaf culture, Romanian Sign Language resources. On the other project, European project, the teachers were trained to use the new methods in order to develop verbal communication skill to hearing impaired students. I put in the commas new, because this was a method used in 1962 in our school, but we lose the tradition. So we go to Suvac Polyclinic, which are the provider, and for new generation of teachers to learn that method. And of course, an outcome was a guide to help the other teacher to implement the method into the classroom. We also take care of the parents. We made parents be partners and participate in European project, like family support project. Parents and teachers from 4 different countries were working together to organize events and activities into the school in the benefit of their children. Students and parents teacher activities in our school. There is a practice and a tradition on organizing this kind of activities, starting with kindergarten. There is a good opportunity to better know each other, to show the students' progress, to value both students and parents' work. Sometimes we invite former students and parents to talk about their jobs or how they were integrated into the job place. What are the teacher contribution to social professional insertion? We consider that social integration starts in the first day the child come in an institution. The teacher's entire work is to prepare the students for the next level of integration in the society, schools, universities, job place. The students are waiting to be discovered and to be guided by someone, a teacher, a peer, a parent, or a person. As I told you, integration starts in kindergarten. And here, a few slides about the Center for Family Support and Early Intervention of Children with Hearing Disabilities. As my colleague said, the first step, we start with oral development of language. So in this center, we conduct common activities, teachers, children, pupils, parents, and parent involvement in the hearing and language rehabilitation. We are organizing family support activities based on parent suggestion in collaboration with specialists from different fields, such as ENT doctors, pediatricians, social workers, audio prosthetists, and mainstream teachers. We inform parents about the particularities of their hearing impaired children and the development of its language, suggesting the best educational services, informing mainstream teachers about the particularities of communication with hearing impaired students and their learning particularities. We move to the primary and gymnasium special education. In a primary, the main activity are language learning and development. It is most important concern of our specialists. We consider that verbal language learning and the development of verbal communication are very important acquisition for social integration process of person with hearing impairment. Of course, as my colleague said, we have educational, therapeutical, extracurricular, like 90 kids in the primary and middle school, but also have social and personal autonomy activities, which is the base for social skills. In primary and middle school, we do counseling for school orientation. It is made by class teacher together with the school counselor or psychologist. There are some counseling programs implemented at the national level. We adapt it to our children. The school orientation program are applied to a group or at the end of the kindergarten, primary level, middle school level. The main purpose of the school orientation program is to prepare children, students, and the parents for the next level of education and to ensure a smooth transition. The programs have suggestive titles like I'm prepared to go to school for kindergarten, I'm going to middle school for primary, high school years are coming for middle school students. The programs are made by county department responsible for school counselor. They are active as a resource center, are adaptive to children and student needs, are active involving all the participants in a game, stories, role playing, visit to potential school meeting with other students. There are activities for the classroom individuals, for parents or both parents and students, and come with a lot of informational resources. Counseling for professional orientation. Starting in kindergarten, they visit different workplaces as a part of integrated activities. For example, when study food, they participate in cooking activities, but also they visit a bakery or a place to learn how to make bread. For example, visit the different place is our primary and middle school students' favorite activities. We also organize meetings with former students, and but the kids prefer, as I told you, the activities with fireworker and police, but also enjoy taking care of animals during farm visit or just gardening around the school. As a school psychologist, I used to do psychological evaluation at the beginning and end of school year, academic and social competencies evaluation, coordinating the multidisciplinary team for counseling the students and parents regarding the school option, coordinating the school orientation process, individual counseling for integration in school for school and professional orientation. Here are a few images from the school. We are a new school, started with September 2007. It offered the possibility to obtain a PC operator technician certificate. And we consider that the high school level start the real professional orientation based on
social professional competencies test, and based on their national academics, the students are oriented for different jobs or universities. As a school psychologist, I did career individual counseling, participation to national counseling programs, participation to university open day visit or presentation of their educational offer, participation to job career fair, participation to motivational meetings with former student or employee. And also, we visit different job places into the city. Our students have 20 learning time for practice their job specialization, so we do a lot of practice in job places. And also, we collaborate with mainstream school for different projects. Result, most of our students prefer hands-on activities. They are integrated into the job field after graduated, and they are very appreciated at their work job place because they don't lose time talking, they just work. Few of our students graduate university with different specialization. What is new now in university, there is a center, career center for students with special needs and offer accommodations for deaf, blind, hearing impaired, and help them with interpreting and adapting material. All our former students are a very important resource to motivate our students to do the best in their life. So I choose few pictures for our social integration activities, like we have a folk, popular, traditional dance team, a theater and pantomime troupe group. I was part of it. National contest for students with hearing disabilities. Other interdisciplinary contests for high school level. Of course, our kids love drawing, and we organize each year international contest story in watercolor each year in March 25th. Or if you are interested to participate to this contest with your student, you can contact me, give me email, and my colleague who is in charge will send you an email in English about the contest. Another very close to my heart, it's music camp. Maybe you, the Philharmonic, together with School for Blind, School for Deaf, each year organized a music camp. The music is singing, and the blind kids are singing, and the deaf are interpreting in signing, and which for me is very important for the kids to recognize and to not be ashamed of their identity, because some of them who are signing are ashamed to show who they are and to recognize their identity. And of course, we are joined the Europe, we are international. For all the project, the school was received prizes, I told you, from Ministry of Education, and we invest in the benefit of the students. We still have a project in progress, like Open Sign will be an e-learning magazine in signing. And next project, new project in collaboration, preparing myself for this presentation, this project. New project in collaboration with IT experts teaching students web design, in order to have a virtual library to put all these resources I presented with help for a better professional integration of our students. And last night, after I meet the partner from Czechia, come in my mind another idea of a project, that deaf career orientation project, maybe applying for Norwegian funds, because and together with Hypon partners, because I I realized that Norwegian, Finland have a lot of, they pass already the problem we confront now, and they can give us a very good solution for our problem. And as a final message, only together we can do a better social professional integration of hearing impaired students. This is the school I'm coming from, and these are the kids. Thank you for your patience, and my message for you is teach with energy and get involved in as many as projects you can in your benefit and your students' benefit. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alina. You are indeed very active in all the activities which you are doing, which are connected very, very closely to help students with the integration, to find their identity. I really like it. I guess you also like it, that the audience find your talk interesting. But let's see if they have some questions. Máte nějaké otázky? Nebo komentáře? A byla tato přednáška pro vás přínosná? Taková otázka, jo, tak dobře, já vás nebudu trápit. I'm sorry, I'm speaking Czech. Now there are no questions. Okay. Maybe it will be after the talk. So again, thank you very much. And then I will have just few words about what is about the upcoming program. Thank you again.